Greetings, dear motorsportsmen. Some breaking and quite astonishing news dropped today. Aston Martin is partnering with Honda for new engines regulations from 2026. There have been some rumors about it for a while, but still the official announcement and the partnership itself came unexpectedly. And I suddenly have so much to say about it that I've decided to make a quick podcast about this topic. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. A samurai has no goal, only path, and the samurai's path is death. But even this legendary proverb cannot explain what is Honda actually doing, guys. Let's briefly revisit the whole way in F1. Honda announced their comeback in F1 in partnership with McLaren in the year 2015, 1 year after the new and actually the current engine regulations took place, and the whole partnership was a complete disaster. Honda engines were nowhere. They were unreliable, they were slow. They even made Fernando to leave F1. In terms of financial accountability, the whole project also was a complete failure. Honda was wasting millions and millions of dollars on public humiliation of the engines in front of the whole world.
I never raced with less power in my life.
It was the years of struggle, the years of darkness. And in the end, McLaren even decided to stop the partnership, to abandon its independence in order to just have a reliable engine. Honda was pretty much left alone. But that's where Red Bull came into the picture. Red Bull Racing itself had a long and painful story with engine suppliers. Red Bull team was somewhat independent during the prime from 2010 till 2013. The engines were supplied by Renault, but Renault itself didn't have an F1 team, so the status may look somewhat independent. But when Renault announced that they are coming back to F1 and that they will again have their own team, at this exact moment Red Bull lose its independence, and the ticking bomb has been planted. And we all know how the story ended.
Hi, I'm Cyril Irritable.
Long and painful divorce with Honda, hatred between Horner and Cyril Irritable, stealing Daniel Ricciardo, and all that stuff.
So have you got any money to spend on your engine now? You spend it all on your driver?
I've got plenty of money.
But what a great timing that was. Two forsaken parties, Red Bull and Honda, merge into a new alliance. Red Bull receives its true independence. Honda receives a top team which can carry their engines. They wanted revenge, and they actually got the revenge. What a beautiful story. Red Bull and Honda start working together, and it was a beautiful partnership from the get-go. Red Bull team has found a way to cooperate with Honda effectively, and Honda slowly but surely started to fix the flaws. The engines became more and more reliable, and moreover, the engines became faster and faster. Honda finally started to unlock the potential that was in their engine concept from the very beginning. The first win didn't take so long to come, and it looked like this is the point, this is the future, this is the next great alliance, the future dominator of F1. But suddenly, in 2020, Honda announces its retirement. News that Honda will leave F1 were quite shocking, and lots of people, including myself, tend to believe that just to win in a single race, in a single GP was enough for Honda. They proved that critics were wrong, they finally got at least some sort of revenge, and they were not ready to spend even more money to try to catch up with Mercedes, which at that point looked like an impossible task really. But suddenly, in the last year of official Red Bull and Honda partnership, a tiny adjustment to regulations and Red Bull is in a fight for a championship. The legendary 2021 season, the last season of official partnership between Red Bull and Honda. the last chance for Honda to claim the victory. And they somewhat did it. They didn't win the Constructors' Trophy, but they won the main trophy, the Drivers' Championship. Not without a little help of Michael Masi, of course.
No, Mikey, no, Mike, that was so not right.
But we will omit this nuance. And then we enter current F1 regulations, current F1 era, which from today's point of view tends to be the new Red Bull era. From year 2022, officially, Red Bull is producing their own engines. But factually, it is still the Honda engines. Even Honda itself announced that they will still help Red Bull to evolve and maintain the engines. So think about it carefully. In fact, there is a Honda engine inside a Red Bull's car. The same engine that was called a GP2 engine is now gapping the whole field in terms of top speed. This exact Honda engine has already won 2022 Drivers and Constructors Championship, will definitely win 2023 Drivers and Constructors Championship, and has the highest chances of winning 2024 and 2025 Constructors Championship. And the whole glory will have the only name of Red Bull. Red Bull car with Red Bull engines. Honda made their engines. They struggled through long and long years with McLaren. They tried to find its performance with Red Bull. And when they finally got it, they cannot taste the fruits of their own work. They do not receive credit for their own success just due to that strange decision to leave F1. And now we got this news. Honda is partnering with Aston Martin. Of course, it's a great news for Aston Martin itself. They finally receive their independence. They are copying Red Bull now, not only in terms of car design, but in terms of overall strategic decisions with engine supplier. But if only 1 week or 1 month ago I would tell you that Honda will definitely come back in 2026, you all would think that it will again partner with Red Bull because they have their engines inside it. But no, after Honda lost all the praise for work they've done in previous engine regulations, they now want to start it all over again. This move is so inexplicable that it even becomes brilliant. And now let's talk about where it leaves Aston Martin from year 2026 and where it leaves Red Bull from year 2026. And we start with Aston Martin. The first and the funniest part of it, Fernando Alonso may actually drive an F1 car with Honda engines again. And again, those engines would be new. All the flaws with reliability, with speed may appear again.
The engine feels good, much slower than before.
Oh my god. If Fernando will stay in Aston Martin till the year 2026, he will actually be 44 years old in the beginning of the season. And if we assume that in this scenario he will try to have at least 2 years with new regulations, it will mean that he will be 46 in the end of this 2-year deal. I'm actually looking forward for it to come, and the whole picture will be even more beautiful if Honda will make the best new engine. It turns out that for Aston Martin as a team, those news are actually great. Because I'll remind you that current Aston Martin in its core is a hair of Force India. And Force India was known as the most efficient team, and the engineers were able to extract maximum performance of a tiny budget they had. In this year, they are proving again that they can build a very effective and reliable car. The only missing piece in the puzzle was its own engine supplier, and now they got it. So for Aston Martin it's a complete victory. And for Red Bull, I view it as a total loss. Who really think that Red Bull engines is capable of producing the new engine from scratch? Not keep Honda engines going when engine development is banned now, but produce a new engine from scratch. I personally do not believe in it. Red Bull needs a new partner. But we do not know what partner it will be. It can still be Honda. The only contradiction is that Aston Martin and Honda in the announcement mentioned that the partnership is exclusive. So if we believe in this fact, and also if we believe in the fact that Red Bull engines cannot produce a new engine, the only way for Red Bull to exist is to find a new engine partner. Who it will be? Mercedes? Ferrari, maybe Renault once again, or new engines from Volkswagen Audi group, or even a complete new supplier which didn't announce that he is entering F1 yet. We do not know, but the question is really interesting, and the whole future of Red Bull is now uncertain once again. And in the end, let's talk a bit about Yuki Tsunoda. And the whole situation around him is quite contradictory and funny itself. Tsunoda came into F1 as a protégé of Honda. Red Bull was somewhat forced to give him a seat in AlphaTauri, and the whole situation was pretty logical. It was logical even after Honda officially left F1, because everyone understood that Honda still have its interest in Red Bull, still some level of partnership remains between Red Bull and Honda. But what's now? Yuki Tsunoda have 3 more seasons in F1 before Honda will come back. Right now, Red Bull should suddenly lose any interest in keeping him in the team. But is Yuki actually good enough to receive an offer from another team? I don't know. Moreover, in Aston Martin deal announcement, Honda told that they will not influence driver lineup decisions of Aston Martin. But then, Honda president Koji Watanabe was asked a direct question about Yuki Tsunoda. He answered that he hopes that Tsunoda will be one of the candidates to drive Aston Martin. Even Martin Whitmarsh didn't exclude this opportunity. So I actually do not get it. Will Honda influence driver lineup or not? What future holds for Yuki Tsunoda? The best thing for him to do right now is to bet on himself, to show the best possible performance while he still got the seat. And luckily for him, he's doing his job perfectly right now. So, dear motorsportsmen, this is it. Pretty much all thoughts about this new announcement. Please share your thoughts about it in comments, and I hope you really liked this video. Please subscribe to the channel to support its growth, leave a like, and see you in the next video. Set and go.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey,